Hello everyone, welcome to our session of CodersTrust. Hopefully you are doing great. And today's session is about JavaScript. We have already done a JavaScript session which is about the basic. Today we'll do something little advanced, which is actually about the JavaScript function and use of some events of JavaScript. Hopefully you'll enjoy this session. So I just want to ensure that you are watching my screen properly. You can comment here if you have any problem. Well, I'm waiting for your comment if you have any problem. And before that, I just want to ensure that you are setting the screen resolution properly. So just click on the settings icon on the video you can see and choose the quality option and select any of them like 480 or 360. But don't select 240 or 144 because those are not good enough to see the screen properly. And you cannot see my screen and you cannot understand my code also. So it is highly recommended to use 360 or 480 or even 720 if possible because 720 needs a much internet speed. So in that case, actually, it might not work for you. So you, the safest is the selection of 360. Hopefully, then you will not be any problem to see my screen. Well, I will start today's session shortly. And if you have any problem for streaming or any other issues, you can comment here. If you are logged in with your Gmail account, you can easily comment here. I will check your comment in regular interval. Well, so I'm going to the main session. So it's about the JavaScript. So we can write the JavaScript in the script tag. So between the script tags, we can write the JavaScript code. So today we'll discuss about the function. And earlier session I discussed about the uh, variable operators, conditional statement, and so on. So today I just will discuss about the function, what is actually function and how it can be used in here. So function basically we can compare a function like a big industry. For example, there is a potato chips industry. So there are many sections. For example, one section is for uh, making the skin of the potato from the potato, and the other section is the cutting the potato, and other section is for just streaming and this potato. So there are a lot of section. Just the different section does the different things. So functions like that. If we have many operation in our program, we can split those operation in different function, and whenever we needed those type of function, we will just call those function. For example, we have a calculator function. Sorry, we have a calculator program, and there are many functions. One for like adding values, another for subtracting, another for dividing, another for multiplying. So those four operations we can split into four different function. So whenever needed to for adding something, we can call the function for adding, and for subtracting, we can call for the subtraction, and so on. So we'll just some real example so you can understand here. So function is declared like that. This is the function keyword and then the function name. So you can say that, for example, at number is the our function, and Within the function, we can pass the parameter, we can pass the value. For example, we are just passing to value like a and v, and within the function, we can define actually which operation uh, will be done here. So there, just these two variable, we can take another variable like c, and which is actually just pulse b, and it will alert or return like c, and we will call this function here in our other program, that means the main program. Another things, if the function is not called anywhere, actually it will not be run never. So whenever we call it, it will be run. If we call more than one, it will. If we call 100 times, it will be run 100 times. So this is main things about the function. So it's just a simple question. Whenever we need, we can use. This is a simple thing we can say that about the function. Well, just going to the number and redundancy. So this function actually take two parameter or two value like a and b, and it will return the addition of these two value and return. We set just a variable c and will return the c. And in our main program, we can call this like we have a variable like b or whatever, and for b we just call the add number function, and within the function we are just calling like first for 2 and second for 3. That means two number, and alert. Alert means just it will be pop up in the browser b. So let's see actually what will happen now. We're just running our code. Yeah, we can see just 5. That means this value. So we have passed two value at number, that is here. First a equal to 2, b equal 3, and f plus b, that means 2 plus 3 equals c. That means it's return c, and the value of c is now 5. We have assigned the value into the variable b, and just we alert this b. So we can call this function like more than once. If we take another value like e and e, so we can set the different value like 5, 4, and we can also see the output more than once like e. So let's see what happened now. And 5, 9. So two alert, first one for 5, 3, 2, and second one is 5 plus 4 is 9. So this about the function which is more powerful, and we can do more something like we can also use the more function like function subtract number, and also we can set a well sorry a comma b, and within the function you can define actually what operation will be done here. So you can say like a variable c. Notice that we have used the C here, we have this used C here, so you can think that is it conflicting this C or C? No, it will not be conflicting because the C and this C actually just the scope within the function. Without outside the function, actually it is not recognized. So it's just its power is limited here and its power is limited here. Well, just where minus a minus B, and just return C. So we can check this like a subject number. So for now we are just removing B, yeah. So this result is 1 actually because 5 minus 4 equal to 1. So in this way we can use a main function here. So we can also check whether a value is odd or even. So we can check like a is odd or even. So this function actually will check whether the value is uh, whatever. Sorry, yeah, it is the even or odd. So we'll check it. So there is a rule for checking this like if mod double equal. So this is the conditional statement, and within the statement a mod true equal 1. That means it's actually odd. So you can say that you can directly just show alert this is odd. So if there's one remainder after dividing by 2, if the remainder is 1, actually this is odd. Otherwise, it's simple, it's even. So we can alert like even. Okay, now just I'm checking here and we're just sending value 5. So let's say 5, whether it is odd or even. Yes, it's odd because we know divided by 5 is actually odd. This alert is not needed actually because we just are showing the result instantly. For 6, it should be even. Yes, it's even. So in that case, actually, we can check odd even. Moreover, we can do more things like multiplication and more complex functions. So all things we can use function, many functions at the same time also. Well, now I'll do something about the events. So there are some events in the JavaScript on click, on mouse hover, on mouse out, on change. So in the HTML code, I just doing something like I'm just taking a title like h1. For h1, I just give it an ID like e. Just for simple, welcome to CodersTrust. So this is a value, and we'll make a function just which will actually something like uh, replace the ID, so replace whatever, just you can say that replace the title, and the title is here like this one, and I'm just calling this one replace title. Okay, so CE. Okay, so it can be like that. Well, it can be like welcome to city. That is just the short form of the code address. And here we are just taking the value of parameter a, and we are setting it like to the, yeah, there can be a button also. Okay, we can do the later. Just document dot get element by id, and our id is t, and in our html, that means the html of the inner code will be f. So what are we doing here? We're just setting this inner html of the id, that means this h1. The inner HTML is this part. So within the tag, we're just changing the value with the a. That means this a, and this a comes from this calling function. So whatever we are just passing to the parameter, it will be replaced. So whenever we will call this function, it will be actually sorry, it will actually replace this uh, title. For that, we are just giving a button, and we are now introducing the event on click. That means on click it will work. So we can say that on click, and we are calling the function replace title. I mean actually those function. Okay, well, it should be single quotation because we are already using the double quotation here. Okay, and we can just replace. So let's see what happened here. Okay, this is now the normal one. The welcome to CodersTrust, just replace. Yeah, it's replaced. So now this welcome to city. That means that we have passed to the parameter on click. Just we are calling this function replace title, and just this parameter is passed to the function a, and this HTML is actually doing whatever. Now we'll do some little bit more complex calculator. Complex means in the case of the that we have already done. So we'll do some visual calculator. Okay, let me introduce some like that we can add this text. No problem for now. And we can directly to value. Then we can like that. Let's see the output here now. Okay, and we can make another div here like this can be just an X pen, and you can give the ID, the result. So just I give the name R, and this is not for nothing actually. So you can make it like 0, just for showing something, and you can give the ID. So it can be like A, and you can give the second ID, which is actually B. So and you can make it like show result. Okay, and we are just making the like number. We are doing the same thing that we did in the earlier, that just adding to number, and we are taking a variable c, sorry, variable c and a class b, and it, what will be done actually, and this document dot get element by id, the rest that is the result. So and this inner HTML will actually be c. That means the result will be replaced here. Now the 0 will be replaced by the result. Now we will do another thing. Actually, we didn't complete it, so it will be like actually there will be no parameter because we take the value of this one from just from here. So we can make like that. We can declare the variable c, b, and c. So a will be actually the value document dot get element by id, and then first one is a, and this is actually the value. Okay, and for b it will be just same thing, b, and it will be like b. So what are doing there, just taking the value of a, that means get element by id, get element by id, this id is a, the value whatever typed here, and we have kept it in the variable a, and for the b we have kept another variable b, and in the c we are doing just we have already declared the c, the value of this result, and in the output we're just putting this in the result span, and finally I am just calling the function here. Okay, so let's see now. Okay, now this 0, so this 4, this 5, this 45 because this string, so we have to make it number. So we can just make it, well, we can make it the text not number, and also can make it number. To 45, yeah, we have to do something about our value, like first int a. And let me check actually whether it is working still. No. So can make the second curly first. Well, I'll explain actually what I actually using for the pulse int. Yeah, it's working now. So what we have done here, so 5 plus 8 is 13. The problem was because this JavaScript is taking the value is as a string. So whenever it is adding, it is just adding the like string. So when we put the 5 and 4, so it is just showing the 54 or 45. That means the string concatenation. That means just it is adding like the string. Uh, for example, when we add to number or character, so it just showed one by one. So the same thing is actually done by the string. So what we have did here, just make parsing this. That means it's converting this string or this text into the number, also the text into the number. This means the parsing. This is the JavaScript function which actually taking the converting this string into the number, also this string to the number, and finally the result is now is number, not the string more. Well, we can also introduce some other events also, like on mouse over, mouse out, on change. So let's see, show result like that on mouse over. Okay, let me check it too. If you have any problem with training, okay, no problem. Fully. So what you're doing now, yeah, on mouse over. So there is an event mouse over. Let me try it exactly because mouse over just it is going. Okay, so let me try it. No, it is not working on mouse over. I think there is the problem with the event name. So, okay. Yeah. So you can just see that if I click it, it is working. But when for the show mouse over, show result, just try taking the mouse over on it and the result showing. So just not click, just on hover. So same way we can use the on mouse out, which is actually like on mouse out here, on mouse out. Just checking it. So result mouse out. So just I click the mouse here, still not showing. But when I just mouse is out from the hover, then the result is showing. So this is the on hover and this is the mouse out. And the another one is on change actually. On change for we need to do something like that. Okay, can use the select box for this purpose. So for select box, we can use like select on change. That means whenever we are selecting the value is changed, so it will work. So we can make like option one. So does this the demo option? So okay. Now just we are changing it. Yeah, it's working. That means on change. This is actually working. That means this uh, value or function is calling just on changing. That means whenever you're changing the value or the select list, it is working. Well, and we can do actually more thing about the JavaScript. It is interesting. If you can actually make a complete calculator using like plus minus, so multiply everything, and you can also do something of this string. Just showing the string here. So hopefully you will practice more on JavaScript. It's very interesting to work with, and you can actually control the elements of the DOM or HTML element more properly using the JavaScript. And if you use jQuery, which is the library of the JavaScript, a library, this is the more powerful. You can do many things like slider, photo gallery, so on, using this jQuery. Well, if you have any questions regarding our sessions, you can ask, and I'll just complete our session shortly. Well, meanwhile, I just want to introduce about the CodersTrust. Well, CodersTrust basically a Denmark-based company whose vision is to make the earning and learning put together. That means when who are passionate about the web development or and career in IT, but they didn't they didn't give the any uh, proper guideline or in the how to actually proceed in this area. Most of them are interested to work in this field, but they are not actually properly guided. Mostly they are misguided actually, and they learn randomly. For example, just search in Google, and whatever they get from it, just learn it, and after few days they forget it. So just learn and forget. There is actually no uh, systematical approach to learn. So what creators actually doing? They're just making the module a very uh, complete and highly standard for the international marketplace. That means the demand. That means the skills that are highly demanded in the global marketplaces like Upwork, Freelancer. So those are for getting those type of job. The standard that need to be achieved. That actually put us designing the module of the course. So this is very much practical oriented. So you can see the course outline here, and there are many courses like front end development, back end full stack development. Also, there will be some soft skill of how to actually client handle negotiation skill and the presentation, everything for communication. So you learn it also from the a real expert of this field actually. And there are more courses when you can see the success stories, whoever just started here in CodersTrust and now doing great job in the marketplaces. And also you can try the free 7-day free trial if you want to know actually how the product is running. And also you can chat with the support team if you have any question like the payment issues, the course duration, and actually how you have to proceed, and what is the flexibility available for you. Like there are uh, you can do the class from home. Also, you can do from the campus. So whatever actually flexible for you, you can choose this one. And also there is some module for course duration 4 months, 7 months, and a different payment module also. So everything actually you can ask from the support team and you can get the proper information whatever you need it. Well, hopefully you enjoyed this session. So, no questions. So, hopefully, no problem to understand that. So, we'll go for ending today for today, and I expect to meet you again soon in this week, hopefully. So, take care. Bye. Good night.